Chosen one, hear this message now, for it is not by chance that you find yourself in this moment. Pause, right where you are, for this is not just another passing thought, a random scroll through a screen. Heaven itself has orchestrated this pause in time, just for you. You may not have expected it, but everything around you has been placed on hold. Every distraction, every noise, every pressure of the world is momentarily silenced so that you can hear these words. What you are about to receive is not a mere message, it is a divine intervention, a call that has been waiting for you to recognize its truth. The atmosphere you are in right now is sacred. This is a moment set apart, where time itself seems to slow, as if heaven has taken a deep breath just to allow you this one chance to listen. It is not a random coincidence that you are reading or hearing this right now. This is not an accident. Heaven has been preparing this moment for you. All of your past experiences, your struggles, your doubts, and even your heartaches have led you here. There is a reason why you feel restless, why you cannot shake the sense that something greater is ahead. Heaven has pressed pause on everything, and this is your sacred opportunity to hear what has been placed in front of you, to understand the significance of the decision that lies before you. Angels are watching closely, leaning in, recording the decision that is about to come from your heart. This moment is a divine setup, and what you do with it will shape your future, and quite possibly, the eternity that follows. You might have been feeling this stirring for weeks now, a gentle pressure in your chest, a restlessness that has kept you awake at night. It's as if something is calling you from within, urging you to make a decision, to take a step, to act. And yet, in the midst of all this, you may have tried to ignore it, quieting that inner voice, suppressing that stirring that grows stronger each day. But I'm here to tell you now, this is not anxiety. It is not the confusion of your own thoughts. What you are feeling is the divine call. It is heaven reaching out to you, gently tugging at your spirit, urging you to pay attention. For some time now, your soul has been aware of something greater at work, something that you cannot yet fully comprehend, but which you feel in the deepest part of your being. Heaven will not let you settle where you are. The world around you may try to offer you comfort, distractions, or temporary pleasures, but none of these will ever satisfy the hunger in your soul. You were never meant to live an ordinary life, to blend in with those who have no vision. You have been marked by the divine. You carry the mark of the chosen one, a calling that cannot be ignored, no matter how hard you try. This is not a passing phase or a fleeting desire. It is the purpose of your life calling you forward, and heaven refuses to let you ignore it. You have outgrown your comfort zone, and now heaven is inviting you to step into something far greater than anything you've ever imagined. You've likely tried to quiet the ache within you, tried to ignore the constant whisper of purpose that keeps breaking through the surface of your thoughts. You've tried to distract yourself, perhaps looking for comfort in temporary fixes or numbing your mind with the busyness of life. But no matter how hard you try, the call remains. It is not guilt that you feel, but grace trying to get your attention. This grace is not meant to condemn you, it is meant to awaken you. Mercy stands at the threshold, waiting for you to say yes. Even though the door of opportunity grows narrower with each passing day, it is still open. The question before you is not whether you are worthy, for you are already chosen. The question is, will you step forward and claim the life that heaven has prepared for you? This moment is a crossroads. You are standing between two realities. One reality is the life that drains your spirit, the life you've known, the life of comfort, ease, and distraction. The other reality is the life that restores you, the life of divine alignment, peace, power, and purpose. You know deep down which is which. Your spirit has seen a glimpse of what could be, and it has been stirring in you, awakening a desire for something more. This is your chance to step into that life, to step into your calling, but it requires a decision. The decision before you is not about comfort. It is not about what feels easy or safe. It is about choosing what will bring true restoration, what will align your life with the divine purpose you were born to fulfill. But the window of opportunity will not remain open forever. The time to decide is now. The decision you face is not just a choice between two options. It is a moment of profound significance, a sacred crossroad where the path you take will shape the course of your destiny. The world around you constantly offers comfort, convenience, and distractions. These things might seem inviting, like a soft cushion for a tired soul, a momentary escape from the relentless pressure that weighs heavy on your spirit. You felt it, those moments when you just want to sit back, numb the mind, and forget the stirring within. The world offers pleasures, temporary fixes, and fleeting comforts, but deep within, you know they cannot satisfy the ache in your soul. No matter how much you try to embrace these distractions, they leave you empty, hollow, as if you've been chasing a mirage in the desert. You're left with a sense of longing, a quiet restlessness that never truly goes away, even when the world's noise is loudest. This restlessness is not a sign of dissatisfaction. It is the voice of your calling, the pull of something far greater than what the world has to offer. Heaven is inviting you to choose between two realities, one that drains your spirit and one that restores it. You've outgrown the life you once knew. Heaven has been preparing you for something greater, and the time has come for you to acknowledge it. You can no longer stay in your comfort zone, surrounded by the false peace of distraction, convinced that life will simply carry on as it always has. You have grown, you have evolved, and the version of you that once fit into the world's narrative no longer fits. This is not a coincidence. This is divine orchestration. You were never meant to blend in with the crowd or settle for what is easy. The calling on your life is too great for that. There is a life of power, peace, and alignment with the divine purpose awaiting you. But this life does not come without surrender. It requires that you step away from the world's comforts and into the unknown, into a space where faith becomes your guide and obedience becomes your weapon. Heaven will not let you settle for less. The distractions that once seemed like answers, the comforts that once felt like relief, are no longer enough to quiet the pull of your spirit. You have been designed for greatness, and you can feel it. There is a divine invitation before you now, one that you must decide to accept. This invitation is not a request. It is a calling that demands a response. It is an invitation into a life that carries divine purpose, one where every action, every word, every decision is aligned with the greater plan God has for your life. But to enter into this life, you must surrender. You must lay down your own desires for comfort, your own fears of the unknown, and step into a place of trust that only surrender can bring. The life of divine power and alignment cannot coexist with the fear and hesitation that hold you back. You have outgrown the old life, and heaven will not let you linger in it. The choice before you is not between what feels safe and what feels scary. It is between what is temporary and what is eternal. You may hesitate, unsure of what surrender truly means, unsure of what it will require from you. Surrender is not about losing yourself. It is about finding your true self in the divine design. It is not about giving up. It is about stepping into the fullness of the life that God has prepared for you. This surrender is the key to unlocking the power, peace, and purpose that you seek. The life that God has for you is not one of passive existence. It is one of active engagement with divine purpose. It is a life of movement, of growth, of challenge, but also of fulfillment. You were created to carry a light that will pierce the darkness, to be a vessel of hope, of truth, of love. But to carry this light, you must be willing to let go of the things that dim it: comfort, complacency, distraction. God is not asking you to abandon your life. He is inviting you to step into the life you were always meant to live. Mercy is standing at the door, waiting for your response. Heaven has extended an invitation to you, not with condemnation, but with grace. Grace is not about giving you a free pass to continue in your old ways. It is about empowering you to walk into the newness that God has for you. Grace is the strength you need to move beyond your doubts, your fears, and your insecurities. Mercy is standing at the threshold, offering you another chance, another opportunity to step into your calling. But the window of opportunity is narrowing. There comes a time when the invitation becomes more urgent, when the call becomes more compelling. Mercy does not last forever, but it is always available for those who are willing to receive it. The decision is yours, chosen one. Heaven has not forgotten you, and it is not too late for you to answer the call, but you must make a decision. There comes a point when hesitation becomes resistance, and resistance delays the movement of your destiny. Every moment you wait feeds your fear, but every moment you surrender fuels your faith. This is not a message of guilt, but of grace. It is not a condemnation of your past choices, but an invitation into something far greater. Heaven is not asking you to be perfect, but to be willing. Willingness is the key that opens the door to divine purpose. God is not looking for flawless obedience. He is looking for hearts that are willing to surrender. You may not know what lies ahead, and the road may seem uncertain, but that is where faith takes root. It is in the unknown that God reveals himself most clearly. It is in the gap between what you know and what you don't know that God shows his faithfulness. You're not being asked to have all the answers, only to trust the one who holds them. The moment you say yes to his call, the door to divine purpose swings wide open, and everything that has been waiting for you is unlocked. Mercy stands at the door, patiently waiting, not because God is reluctant to give, but because he is allowing you to choose. He will not force you into your purpose, but he will make it known. The choice is yours, and the invitation will not remain open forever. The window of opportunity is narrowing, and every moment you wait, you move further away from the life you were always meant to live. The world will continue to offer you distractions, comfort, and temporary pleasure, but none of these will bring you the peace, power, and fulfillment that comes with stepping into your divine calling. You were never meant for a life of shallow living. You were born for something far greater. The decision you make today will set the course for the rest of your life and echo through eternity. So hear this, chosen one, and decide. Will you choose comfort, or will you choose calling? Will you stay in the life that drains you, or will you step into the life that restores you? Mercy stands at the door, and heaven waits for your response. The time to decide is now. The decision that stands before you is not just about choosing what feels right in the moment, but about surrendering to the divine purpose that has always been waiting for you. This is not a choice between what is comfortable and what is challenging. It is a choice between remaining where you are, in a life that drains you, and stepping into the destiny that God has prepared for you. The moment you stand at is a sacred intersection where your obedience will determine the course of your life, shaping not just the next step, but your entire future. History is filled with individuals who faced the same choice. Would they obey the call of God, even when it seemed impossible, even when the cost was great? Abraham was asked to leave everything he knew, to step into the unknown, not knowing where he was going, but trusting that God had a plan. Moses was asked to face a seemingly impossible mission, to stand before Pharaoh and demand the release of the Israelites, knowing the risk he was taking. Esther stepped into the king's presence, knowing her life could be forfeit, all to save her people. These figures did not have all the answers. They didn't know how things would unfold, but they knew that obedience to God was the only way forward. They trusted that what God had in store was greater than any fear or uncertainty they might feel. Your decision today mirrors theirs. You may not know where this path will lead or what it will cost you, but true obedience means trusting God with the outcome, even when you cannot see the full picture. When you choose obedience, you choose surrender over understanding. It is easy to say yes when you see how everything will work out, when the path is clear and the reward seems certain. But the kind of obedience that leads to divine purpose requires something deeper: trust in God's wisdom and timing, even when you don't understand what's happening. Think about the great figures of faith throughout the Bible. Their stories weren't marked by certainty, but by trust. Abraham didn't know where he was going, but he obeyed. Moses didn't know how God would free the Israelites, but he obeyed. Esther didn't know how God would protect her, but she obeyed. You are being called to trust in a similar way. There will be moments when you don't understand the why, the how, or the what. But obedience is not about understanding everything. It is about trusting that God, who holds the future, has a plan that is greater than your current understanding. Surrendering to God means letting go of the need to control every detail, every outcome. It is about stepping forward in faith, even when the path is unclear. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to trust the one who does. This moment is not just a personal decision. It is a part of a greater spiritual battle that is unfolding in the unseen realms. As you stand at the crossroads, know that there is more at stake than just your own life. There is a spiritual warfare taking place around you. This battle is not with flesh and blood. It is with principalities, with the forces of darkness that seek to pull you away from your divine purpose. The enemy knows the power that your obedience holds. When you step into the divine calling God has for you, it not only changes your life, it shifts the atmosphere around you. Your obedience has the power to bring light into the darkest places, to break chains of oppression, and to bring heaven's kingdom to earth. The enemy wants to distract you, to make you believe that there is more safety in the comfort of the world than in the surrender to God's plan. But the truth is, it is in your obedience that the power of God is unleashed. Every step you take in faith, every moment you choose to trust, weakens the enemy's grip and strengthens the kingdom of God on earth. The battle you face is not one of flesh and blood. It is one of spirit, and it is fought with your obedience. When you say yes to God, you are stepping into a battle that is not seen by the world, but is felt in the realms of heaven and hell. Your decision today is not just about you. It is about shifting the spiritual landscape, bringing light where there was darkness, peace where there was chaos, and truth where there was deception. The enemy will use every distraction, every doubt, and every fear to try to keep you from moving forward. The world will offer you comfort, distractions, and easy paths, but none of these will satisfy. They will only lead you further from your divine purpose. The choice you make now is not just about whether you will obey. It is about whether you will allow the enemy's lies to continue to shape your life, or whether you will step into the truth of who you are. Every moment of hesitation feeds the enemy's strategy to keep you in a place of spiritual paralysis. But every moment of surrender strengthens you, your faith, and your connection with God. Your obedience today will not only impact your life, it will impact the lives of those around you. The world is waiting for your light to shine, for your obedience to create a ripple effect that brings transformation to everything you touch. There is an eternal power in your yes to God, a power that the enemy cannot withstand. It is in your obedience that heaven moves on your behalf, that angels are dispatched, and that the kingdom of God advances. You are not just obeying for yourself. You are obeying for those who will be impacted by the strength of your decision. There is a generation waiting for your obedience to unlock the door to their freedom. Your yes will pave the way for others to find their way to God, to step into their own divine purpose. But the choice remains yours. You stand at the threshold between two realities, the one that seeks to comfort you with temporary satisfaction, and the one that calls you to a life of eternal significance. Will you choose comfort, or will you choose calling? Will you choose distraction, or will you choose divine purpose? Heaven is waiting for your response. The angels are watching, and the enemy is afraid of the power that your obedience will unleash. You are standing at the crossroad of your life. The decision is not easy, but it is clear. Choose obedience. Choose surrender. Choose the life that heaven has prepared for you. There is no greater power than the power of a heart fully surrendered to God's will. It is in your obedience that your destiny is unlocked, and the world will never be the same because you chose to say yes to God. The struggles you have faced were never meant to break you. In fact, they were meant to build you, to refine you, to make you unbreakable. The weight of the challenges you've endured, the moments that felt like they might crush your spirit, were the very tools that have shaped you into the person you are today. Each trial, each heartache, each setback was not a random act of suffering. It was a part of your divine training, preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead. You have weathered storms, been forged in the fire, and emerged stronger with each passing test. What once seemed like an unbearable weight now serves as a testament to your resilience, your strength, and your unwavering faith. You have been refined through fire, and now you are ready to step into the glory that awaits you. The shaking that you have experienced, whether in your personal life, your career, or your relationships, was not a sign of abandonment. It was the preparation of your soul for something greater. The Lord has been stripping away what cannot stand, revealing what is eternal within you. It has not been easy, but nothing worth having ever comes without a price. Now, as the dust begins to settle, you can see that you are not the same as you once were. The glory that lies ahead requires a vessel capable of carrying it, and God has been preparing you for this moment, shaping you into someone who can withstand the weight of His divine calling. Now, heaven is calling you to take that final step, to step into your divine purpose. The invitation is before you, and the moment is now. You stand at the threshold, poised to move into the destiny that God has designed specifically for you. But this moment, this opportunity, will not remain open forever. The window of grace is closing, and every moment of hesitation edges you closer to the end of opportunity. The time for waiting is over. Heaven has been patient with you, but now the time has come for you to respond. The delay has been a part of the process, a necessary part of your growth, but the season of waiting is drawing to a close. You have been prepared, you have been refined, and now it is time to step into the fullness of what God has for you. Every moment of hesitation, every moment of doubt, feeds the fear that keeps you from moving forward. But every moment of surrender, every step of obedience, brings you closer to the life of purpose and fulfillment that awaits you. You have been called for such a time as this, and now it is time for you to rise, to answer the call, and to move forward with courage and faith. The doors are opening, and with every step you take, the path will become clearer. Trust that God has already gone before you, preparing the way, and all that remains is for you to step in faith. As you stand on the edge of this moment, it is crucial to recognize the divine signs that have been placed before you. These signs are not coincidental. They are not random. They are divine confirmations that God is with you, that He has been guiding your steps all along. You may have seen glimpses of these signs in your life, a conversation, a verse, a moment of clarity that seemed to align with your heart's deepest desires. These signs are not mere happenstance. They are the fingerprints of heaven, confirming that you are walking in the right direction. You must recognize them and respond in faith. The act of surrendering and stepping into your calling is not just about you. It is about the lives you will impact, the hearts you will touch, and the legacy you will leave behind. Your obedience has the power to change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Your decision to step into your divine purpose will set in motion a ripple effect that will carry God's light and truth to places you may never even see. It is in your obedience that others will find hope, healing, and inspiration. You are a part of something far greater than yourself. When you step into your calling, You are not just fulfilling your own destiny, you are fulfilling the divine purpose that God has for the world. The lives that will be impacted by your obedience cannot be measured, and the legacy you leave will echo through eternity. Now is the time to make your move. The window of opportunity is closing, but it is not too late. The call to step into your divine purpose is urgent, but it is also filled with grace. Heaven is not asking for perfection. It is asking for your willingness to respond. You have been equipped, you have been prepared, and now you are ready to rise to the occasion. The weight of glory is heavy, but you have been made strong enough to carry it. The moment of transformation has arrived. As you move forward in obedience, you will not move alone. God's presence will go with you, His guidance will lead you, and His power will sustain you. You are stepping into a life of divine purpose, a life that will bring glory to God and impact the world in ways you cannot yet imagine. But it all begins with this moment, the moment when you say yes to God's call and step into your destiny. You are not alone in this journey. Heaven is with you every step of the way, and the weight you feel is not a burden. It is the glory of God, the anointing that will empower you to do what you could never do on your own. You have been called, chosen, and now it is time to rise. Now is the moment. This is the divine convergence, the very intersection where your destiny meets the will of heaven. Heaven has spoken to you clearly and unmistakably. This is not a passing thought or a random opportunity. This is the call of God, and it demands a response. You stand at a crossroads, and the decision you make now will shape the course of your life. There is no more time to wait, no more time to linger in indecision. This is your moment. The window of grace is open, but it will not remain forever. The moment of choice has arrived, and you must decide. Will you step forward into the life of divine purpose that God has been preparing for you? Or will you hesitate and allow fear to hold you back? Heaven has already made its move. Now it is time for you to make yours. Your decision today will not only define your future, but it will also write your legacy. The choice you make will have a ripple effect that reaches far beyond your own life. When you say yes to God's calling, you are not just stepping into your own destiny. You are stepping into the destiny of those who will be impacted by your obedience. Your yes is the key that unlocks the doors for others to walk through. You have been chosen not only for your own life, but for the lives of those you will touch along the way. Your obedience will create a legacy that echoes through generations. It will be a legacy marked by divine power, purpose, and transformation. The world will see the fruit of your obedience, and the lives you touch will be forever changed because of the decision you make today. You are not just walking into a new chapter of your life. You are opening a door for others to step into theirs. Your obedience now will set into motion a divine plan that has been in the works for much longer than you realize. Every step you take in faith will bring you closer to the fullness of God's purpose for your life. As you step into your calling, you will discover a new strength, a new purpose, and a new clarity that will empower you to do things you never thought possible. God has already equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your divine purpose. It is in your obedience that His power will be made manifest. The life you are being called into is not one of mere existence. It is a life marked by divine alignment, spiritual strength, and eternal significance. You were not created for ordinary living. You were created for greatness. And now, the time has come for you to rise and step into the fullness of that greatness. As you stand at this pivotal moment, I invite you to declare your decision, to make it known both to heaven and to yourself. This is not a passive choice. This is an active decision to step into your divine calling, to align your life with God's purpose, and to walk forward with faith and courage. I encourage you to comment with the number 77 a prophetic act signifying your choice to say yes to the life that God has prepared for you. This is not just a number, it is a declaration, a commitment to step into your divine destiny. When you type that number, you are making a bold statement of faith. You are saying, I choose my calling. I choose obedience. I choose divine purpose. This simple act will send a powerful message to heaven and to the world around you that you are ready to move forward. But this decision doesn't stop with you. I urge you to share this message with others, to like and subscribe, and to spread this call to all those who are standing at the same crossroads. Your obedience can ignite a fire in someone else's heart, and together, we can create a wave of transformation that will impact the world. Each time you share, you become a vessel for God's truth, a messenger of His call, and a catalyst for change. This is the moment of divine opportunity. The call has gone out, and heaven is waiting for your response. The world may not understand your decision, but heaven does. Your yes will not only impact your life, but it will echo through eternity. So stand firm, step forward, and let your life be a testimony to the power of divine obedience. The call is yours to answer. Will you respond? The time is now.